Hi, this is Constance from Mrs. T Weddings, and today I am going to be joined by the absolutely gorgeous Melissa from Oxford Fine Dining. Now, Oxford Fine Dining are one of the most incredible caterers in Oxfordshire, and they cover loads of different venues, and we're going to be talking about that with Melissa. But it's going to be a really lovely day because she's also, Oxford Fine Dining are also the main caterers at the Ashmoleans, who we were speaking to the other day. So it just ties in really nicely and neatly that we're going to hear it from the other side, which is, the other biggest expense for couples on their wedding day in general is the catering side of things. And Oxford Fine Dining cover everything. So they'll do everything from the food, drink, but also tableware, tables, chairs, everything. Right, I'm just going to bring Melissa in now, so give me 1 second and be with us imminently. And so I've been to their offices, which are in Weston-on-the-Green, just outside of Oxford. And she's in her offices.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really well, thank you. I was just telling everyone about what a wonderful place Oxford Fine Dining is, and you're based just outside of Oxford, and you have the most gorgeous surroundings, basically. It's just idyllic.
Definitely do. It's nice because we're in the city all the time, so it's nice to just hide out here on the farm. It's lovely.
It's really good. So you go down this huge, enormous track with just gorgeous green fields either side of you, and then you come across the most beautiful little what do you got, barn buildings, I guess, aren't they?
Yes, we're based in an old pig shed.
The glamour.
Beautiful now.
Yeah. You don't need to see a pig on your plate now there.
No. Beautifully dressed.
And that's only just, between the kind of M40 and Central Oxford on the A34. It's a really convenient location for anybody, whether they're coming from London or they're local. Plenty of parking and things like that. So it's a really great place to be able to do your tastings, which is fabulous.
It's great. Yeah. Lovely.
Brilliant. Right. So let's start by a little bit about Oxford Fine Dining, what it's all about, where it came from, who's in the team. Tell us a little bit about you as a business.
So we've been going for about 14 years. I joined about 5 years ago, so not long into it. And so Sue and Della are the main guys. They're the directors who have been kind of driving the force for the past 14 years.
Yeah.
And then we also got Mel. Mel is head of operations, so she basically makes sure we are where we need to be, where we need to be there, the equipment.
And there's a lot of logistics and operations with your business, aren't there? So it's not like you do 5 weddings a year or anything like that, is it?
No.
And it's not just weddings either.
No, it's events as well. And we've just so diverse in what we do. We've got Oxford Fine Dining, which is obviously our primary baby, and then we've got Cotswold Fine Dining, Fine Feasts, as well as Oxford Farm Weddings. So we branch out into different kind of areas. I know. Cover quite a span really, but it's brilliant, and it's nice to see so many different venues and places across Oxfordshire and the Cotswolds.
And I think what's really important about all these different, laymen out there going, why have they got all these different businesses? All they do is food, right? No, what you do is you listen to your customers, you hear what they want and need, and you hear where you've got gaps in your business, and you respond, which is these amazing businesses you've started.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were obviously Oxford Fine Dining. We're just obviously doing the weddings and events throughout Oxford, and we're very famous for that. The Cotswolds were then kind of calling, and we had lots of requests to go out to venues and cater out there. So we created Cotswold Fine Dining mainly to kind of refocus our energy on that kind of area, have kind of a small team that based in the Cotswolds area and could really kind of give those clients what they needed, because it's slightly different to what they require in Oxford. Oxford Farm Weddings is a kind of relaxed luxury where people can build on their kind of catering if their budgets are a little bit more restrained. So they can kind of build on things and take away elements that Oxford Fine Dining just naturally add. Whereas Oxford Farm Weddings, you can take that away, really strip it back and focus on the budget.
Yeah, and get some
Mastermind.
really amazing food still, but it's
Absolutely.
just a
Same
different
quality.
model. It's not as, maybe, should we say the word polished? You know, it's not as kind of
Absolutely.
finished in such a kind of fine, I guess is the right word, way.
Yeah, because some people just don't want that or need
No,
that on their day. We
exactly.
recognise that now. Some
Yeah,
people do, some people don't. It's the same
yeah,
chef, same kitchen. The menus are just pared back slightly to suit them, the budgets, but absolutely, it's the
yeah.
same quality there.
Brilliant. And then, and so talk us through a little bit, you know, how the business works. So you've got all of your kind of management and the operational side, then you who looks after weddings,
Yes,
and
and
then,
we've got a team that look after corporates as well.
okay,
So our corporate business is probably what it was our
yeah.
core business before COVID happened. Weddings actually is quite secondary to that, to
Yeah,
the kind of main income of the business. And so the corporate side of things is mainly focused in the university, in the
yeah,
university buildings. We do a lot of conferences, a lot of
yeah,
dinners, those sorts of things. So
yeah,
yeah, a completely separate team that looks after those as well. So
yeah.
that's a
And I
lot
think
going
pretty
on.
much, you know, if you've ever lived in Oxford, you've probably been to an event that Oxford Fine Dining have been doing the catering at. It's kind of my rule of thumb. You've
Yeah,
probably had one of their canapes.
you've had a campaign.
And they're pretty amazing, so you're not going to forget that canapé either.
Definitely not, no.
I know I had an event when in a previous life where Oxford Fine Dining were doing the canapes, and it was actually when the Westgate was opening, and I hosted this kind of party in their offices, and it's just, you know, when the canapes arrived, everyone was just like swoop, and like, whoa. Yeah, they look pretty, but let's just
Yeah,
they become the center of every event, don't they?
definitely. Our canapes go down so well, so well.
If you haven't seen them, check them out online because they are so beautiful and they taste even better than they look. They're just
Yeah.
incredible. So then you've got all the chefs that are also on site as well, right?
Yes, absolutely. And we were very excited on Monday to welcome a new chef
Oh,
to the
yeah.
team, Sam Mansfield. So his kind of we're currently doing a little bio for him for the website. We're
Okay.
going to be promoting him on social media this week. We thought we'd give him a few days to settle in, find his feet,
Boom.
find the ovens and so on.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're just
Oh,
really
fantastic.
excited about that, and the way he thinks about food, very French, very classic,
Brilliant.
beautiful dishes. So yeah, we're
Oh.
really excited to welcome him.
My goodness, I want to try it now. I haven't had lunch yet. This was the wrong order to do things today. I should have eaten before I spoke to you. This is not good. My rice cakes are calling my name.
Oh
The,
no.
the January diet has continued, unfortunately. So okay, brilliant. And so when we are thinking about kind of the wedding side of the business, how big is that? Because, you know, it is huge. You know, you say that it's your secondary business, you know, as part of the whole enterprise, but it's still
Yeah.
enormous, the amount of weddings you're doing, and the amount of covers you're serving. So what does that look like for you on a normal year? Let's pretend COVID doesn't exist.
So we have a rule, in-house rule.
Yeah.
We don't do more than 3 weddings in a day.
Okay. I mean, in a day, that's
In a day.
insane.
Yeah, so we like to focus all our attention. So we've got obviously our event managers. They are rolled out to each of the weddings, so you are looked after quite attentively. But we could then potentially do 9 weddings in a weekend, so Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday,
Wow.
Sunday. To be honest, each wedding, yes, they are bespoke. Yes, they are. We do the attention to detail we give is above and beyond.
Yeah.
But the model is ultimately the same. You know, it's great service and it's great food. So
Yeah.
for us, as long as we know what they want to eat and how many people are coming, the rest we can build on the rest.
Yeah.
So,
That's brilliant. I mean, like that is a real, you know, huge model to, and like you say, the operations is huge, isn't it? You know, to make sure that you've got the right amount of staff at the right venue at the right time, and the food is there in the right condition as well.
Definitely.
I mean,
we've got staff that have been with us for the full 14 years,
wow.
waiting staff who have got second jobs.
Yeah.
You know, it was started with us when they were at university. and just earning extra money. Then they've gone on to, you know, have their subsequent careers, and their amazing careers, and they still want to work with us at the weekends
That's
and
fabulous.
their evenings. Because to be honest, we are a family, and we do really work together, and it's actually really quite fun to.
I love to hear that. That's so good. That's what we want. I've got this thing at the moment. They're like, if you're planning a wedding, it can only have happy suppliers. If your suppliers are being negative news, we don't want you. You're not welcome. Only the positive people, please, because you want happy people on your wedding day who are around you.
Yeah, and especially now. It couldn't be more said now. I mean, even with everything going on, we're continuing to plan the weddings for this summer, regardless of whether they are actually going to go ahead or not. We just want to as much positivity with our clients as we can.
Exactly.
And, you know, if it doesn't happen, we'll pick it up and we'll move it to a new date. You know, that's just what will happen. But at least you still get the fun of planning in the meantime.
Exactly. And that is a really fun bit, the catering side.
It is.
Cake and catering, they're like the bits that scream we're gonna have a good time. Oh, and wine tasting, they're like the bits that are all good.
Definitely. And it seems to be when the grooms come alive as well, they seem to start to pay attention. They're like, oh, we're having a menu tasting. They're all of a sudden they're interested in the planning process.
Exactly. And so tell us, let's go through the process then. How does it work? Because I think every caterer kind of has their own unique approach, and I think it's really important because you put so much energy and passion into your customer service as well as your offering, that I think it's really important that you know, get across exactly how it works with you, because it is so special.
No, definitely. I mean, so people come to us. We're obviously exclusive caterers at a few venues, so they are kind of sent to us once they've kind of got the venue side of things down. But once we receive an inquiry from a client, it is a very bespoke proposal that we put together. So we start with a phone call or a Zoom call at the moment, or even we welcome them in for a meeting with some chocolates and coffee. Not at the moment, but that's what we you know.
Soon.
Absolutely. Or we will go to their venue and meet them there, get as much information out of them as possible, kind of draw information that they probably didn't even know they knew. And it also sparks questions for them that perhaps they'd never considered. So then the proposal is put together based on their exact timings or suggested timings, numbers. We consider the minimum numbers at that time as well. It's not a blanket rule across the board. It is created with the guests' kind of details in mind. If they've got overseas guests and, you know, there's something like a pandemic going on, we would
be mindful of that.
Absolutely. Everything is bespoke. From drinks are on consumption, so you're not paying, there's no minimum charge for your drinks, so everything is done, and you're welcome to bring your own drinks as well. And we don't charge corkage. We do a drinks hire fee, which I think is easier for some people, so we just charge them for the glass hire that they have, and we serve their drinks,
which is brilliant.
Yes.
And then, you know, there's also, you know, in all of this is, so they then come, they have this meeting, you put together a very bespoke proposal, and that includes, you know, the tableware, the tables, the chair, you can do everything, can't you?
Everything.
The linens.
Yes, I mean, some people come with very specific ideas on their tablescape, and we will go through everything with them. We will find, you know, platinum ring glassware if that's what they want, different coloured cutlery. Obviously we have our tasting room, you can't see much of it here, but it is a treasure trove of glassware and dinner plates and linen swatches and all sorts. So it's actually fun when you come here as well for the tasting, because it's not just about the food. The food's presented on different plates, the glassware, everything's set up as, you know, what I think would be nice on the day that you might enjoy. So it is really, it's a lovely occasion to come. It really is.
It is, yeah. It's a bit like walking into a Conran shop or something. It's like, ooh.
I get to touch everything and feel everything. And you know, we send vision boards to all of our clients before they come, just so I can get an idea of what their style is. And so it's nice when they actually get to come and pick up the plate and pick up the cutlery, and they might change their mind. What is in image to reality does change quite a bit, so it's exciting.
Yeah, and there are so many options, you know, and it's, you know, if you want trestle tables, if you want rounds, if you want a sweetheart, if you want a type of chair, if you want a colour of linen, all these things are possible with you,
Yeah.
which is also so much easier for the one-stop shopness of it.
Yeah.
That you don't have to have, you know, 5 different suppliers just to get a table laid.
Don't do everything. Even a gold mirrored table, would you believe? We will do that.
Wow. Well, there we go. Who doesn't need one of them in their lives?
Who doesn't? I want one.
Yeah, I need one immediately for my probably lasagna dinner. I say lasagna like I've planned what we're eating today. I've got no idea. Who plans nowadays? Can't even plan the next meal except rice cakes. So brilliant. So then they come in and they've got their wonderful proposal. They then accept their proposal and we're all good to go. So how does it work with tastings and things like that? How does that all work?
So the tasting is complimentary if
Brilliant.
you book with us. If some people choose to do the tasting before they make the booking, which is absolutely fine, and then if they choose at the end not to proceed with us, then that there is a charge. Obviously that's dependent on what they taste.
Sure.
I'll be honest with you, there's very few people that do that.
Yeah.
Obviously once they taste the food, it's very hard to turn around and say, oh no, I don't want you. So, and plus everything else on top, the full experience of the tasting. After the tasting happens, we have coffee and petit fours, and then we talk through absolutely everything. Usually it's when the green starts to fade off a little bit.
Oh, gets a bit bored. Start moving into flowers and things like, oh no.
Absolutely. And obviously we get to work with wonderful planners like yourselves. The planners tend to come along to the tastings as well, so that meeting afterwards really is beneficial to them. Definitely. We get to kind of go through a lot of detail on site, so leading up to the wedding day, there's
no surprises.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Nice. And then I think this is something that lots of, couples will think about and not be sure about is, if, for example, we've got a wedding that we're working on together, which is a slightly different one, by slightly very and logistically not the easiest job in the world, but we're getting there. But, if they've got a venue or they're doing a marquee or something where there isn't full ovens and they don't have everything on site, how, they don't maybe have even, if it's a marquee, then you don't have running water maybe. How does that work with you?
To be honest, it's not that hard. It sounds like it should be, but it really isn't. We bring a full production kitchen to most of the venues we work at. I mean, whether it be a marquee or, for instance, the Bodleian Library. I know you had Kate on last week chatting about their logistics. So, power's limited there. There is no running water. We bring our own water. We bring all the ovens in. You cannot have naked flame in the venue. So that's another aspect. So all of our menus are tailored to that. So there's no surprises. Whatever we serve you at your tasting can be carried out at the venue that you've chosen. So we think that something just isn't going to work based on the logistics. We will let you know in advance and we will kind of talk through the different options. It's not a no, it's a we're going to have to change it up a bit.
This is how we can adapt it. And over the 15 years, I presume you've done absolutely every kind of weirdness that could happen, and you've probably got an answer for pretty much everything.
Absolutely. I mean, our favourite, I say favourite, I think we've just recovered. We did 1,000 people. We did a dinner for a science business school graduation. 1,000 dinners, 1,000 people, 3-course meal. It was a special occasion. We had a lot of teams, running, a lot of event managers, a lot of headsets, a lot of chefs. But to be honest with you, yes, it was hard work, but because the teams are broken down into such portions, it felt like you were running a dinner for 100 people, which is pretty easy. So
it's a military operation, but with a very friendly smile and approach to it. It's amazing.
That's one thing you will get with OFD is a smile and a laugh. We can't take anything seriously.
That is what we want to hear. We don't want to take life too seriously. There's enough serious stuff going on. We don't need that in the wedding world. We want to have fun, smiling and be joyous. So you said that your exclusive caterer is at the Bodleian, which we know about. But tell us about some of the other venues that you work with.
Oh wow! So I've got my list here because there's
there we go.
We work at the Botanic Gardens.
Yeah.
We work at
that's the Oxford Botanic Gardens as well, down the road.
Nicolton Hills Farm, which is out in the Cotswolds. The Natural History Museum. We're exclusive caterers at the History of Science Museum as well, which is a very unique space. Amazing. Do check it out. It's a hidden gem, actually.
Where is it?
Next to the Bodleian.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's the little steps that go up on the side. It's incredible.
Ah,
yeah,
look it up space. Immediately afterwards. Yeah, good.
So most of the Oxford colleges, we do their Christmas dinners so that the chefs and the waiting staff at the colleges can come. So we take over their kitchen, do a complete takeover, serve them Christmas dinner in their hall.
Yeah.
So we do that at a few colleges. We work in a lot of the masters' gardens at which one do we do? Magdalen College. Wadham College and Corpus Christi College as well. Brilliant. We do a lot of weddings there. The Oxford Town Hall.
Yeah.
Most recently, Compton Burney.
Yes.
Warwickshire, which is another hidden gem. Absolutely special space. Beautiful.
So Compton Burney is an art gallery.
It is an art gallery, yes, and it is just incredible. The staff there are very flexible for a full takeover on a Saturday full of tourists, but they really do make the space work well. Very excited to have just been asked, actually, to join the Kirtlington Park catering team. So that's another exciting news for 2021.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have good news.
I know you've got lots. You've got new chefs, you've got new business ventures. It's like you're not in the middle of a pandemic.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly. You guys are just like in dream world in the middle of your field.
Definitely.
Whatever you're on, we all want a bit of it. Brilliant. And of those, they've all got their own complexities. We totally get it, but you also don't have to have a venue. So if people are having a marquee wedding and they'd like you to cater for it, you can. If there's a venue that is flexible with who comes in to do the catering, you're open to that as well, aren't you?
Absolutely. That does happen quite a lot. So yeah, we're absolutely happy to go along and pretty much cater anywhere. We'll do a car park if you want.
Well, you could say in East London there's that car park, isn't there? It's a venue.
Festoon lighting and some flowers.
Exactly. Urban chic. Maybe just not in Oxford city centre. Brilliant. And so I mean, we joke that you're not in this pandemic, but you are, and life has absolutely changed for all of you. You haven't been able to have the hundreds of weddings that you normally have, and all the corporate events presumably have kind of drawn to a halt. So tell us a little bit about how you've responded during the pandemic, what you've been up to.
So, I mean, most of my time personally has been focused on postponing weddings and getting
rearranging
a new date, which we're fully supportive of. It isn't just a case of changing it in the diary. A lot of people have some bespoke items that they've booked through other suppliers, which we do on their behalf. So we manage all that. So it's changing a lot of things and making sure there's availability for everything that they want. Staffing, all those sorts of things. The business as a whole, as you say, the income side of things has come to a complete halt. We are a commercial business. That's what we're in business for. So we teamed up with Oxford Hospitals charity to support them in any way we can. We have done some crazy things, I'll be honest with you. So we were serving the hospitals. So there were staff that were stuck in hotels, like nurses and doctors who couldn't go home because they didn't want to infect their families. They were back and forth. We were feeding them every day in various hotels across Oxford. The crazy day might have been the 200 afternoon teas that we delivered to the NHS volunteers throughout Oxfordshire.
Oh, wow.
In one day. So
good heavens.
They would ordinarily have a lovely party. NHS would say thank you for being, volunteering your time. They're all stuck at home, so we get into our cars along with some industry friends, Flowers by Kirsty, James from Tech, Great Minds, Nude, Millets Farm. We all got in our cars, we given a little list, and off we went to
delivering afternoon teas. Oh, I love that.
And it was really nice because you got obviously chatting on the doorstep to people that hadn't seen friendly faces in such a while. So it was really nice.
so lovely.
Yeah.
And I think you were also feeding the teams that were doing the research as well, weren't you?
Absolutely, yes, back and forth to the Jenner Institute. So yeah, off we went to feed
incredible.
them. So make sure they stayed inside so that they were
Yeah,
fed.
exactly. Work harder.
Get some more food, stay inside. And then we did a Christmas one for the volunteers as well. So we delivered them Christmas hampers. So 200 sweet. Again across Oxfordshire. We're currently working with a hospital charity as well, where we are delivering meals to the parents at the children's hospital, so they don't have to come back and forth and going out looking for food and takeaway. So we're delivering food so that they can eat there.
Oh, that's brilliant. I think that also just makes me think of whenever you are at the JI, it just smells of fish and chips, because that's the nearest place that you can get some food quickly from the JR. So the thought of getting one of your meals instead of having to go to whatever it's a Mediterranean fish bar or something is just heavenly.
It is.
When everyone's having a really crap time of it, it's really great that you can bring a smile and you know, something yummy to keep them going as well.
Definitely, it's humbled us, definitely.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, brilliant. And so at the moment, I believe you might have a very exciting giveaway going on. Am I right?
You do indeed. So we've done a 5-course Valentine's meal, which is very exciting.
Yum.
With fizz and wine, which is lovely. It'll be delivered to the door, and that would be nice. And everyone can book that for your loved one.
Is that including the tableware as well? Am I right in thinking?
It is indeed, yes. Oh. So no washing up. We'll collect all the
washing up. And good, like Instagram ready.
Ready to go. It's going to be delicious. So if you want to treat a loved one, that's a great idea.
Brilliant.
But do please, if you want to have a go, do book it. But you also have the opportunity to win it for free. So we're giving away one meal. Meal for two. Yeah. To one
not one meal.
Just one meal. You
on your own for this Valentine. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, you can enter on our website and on our Instagram or on Twitter or on Facebook. So all you've got to do is tag your beloved. Yeah. And you need to answer just a simple question: who is Oxford Fine Dining's Chief of Morale? Yeah, and just DM the answer. I
don't know the answer.
You don't know the answer, do you? Well, if you go to our website as a hint, you might find it on there.
Okay, right. Thank you for that very subtle hint. I don't think I'll ever get my head around it, but I might look on your website.
But yeah, a few more days. So we're gonna draw the lucky winner on Monday, the 8th.
Okay, right. So get on it, everybody, and enter, because that is an amazing win. What a lovely thing to have to brighten up this rather gloomy time we're all experiencing.
Definitely, yeah. It'll be so exciting. Yeah, can't wait to draw the winner. It'll be so exciting to just make somebody happy.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly the feeling. It's like when I book a supplier for a wedding, I'm like, I booked your florist. They're like, yay! I'm like, yay! And that's the end of that happy moment. And back to reality. So no, that's really good. So very exciting. Everyone get out there. So is it oxfordfinedining.co.uk.com?
That's the one, yes.
.co.uk. So get out there, look and find out who the chief morale booster is, and then get entering the competitions, because that would be a really lovely thing to brighten up your February. So tell us a little bit about, just before we finish, kind of what capacity is looking like. So obviously your 2020 weddings moved to 21, probably some 21s are now shifting a little bit to 22. What's it like? If people still want to book you for later this year or next year, what's capacity looking like?
So August is looking almost full. There are a few dates. A few dates left on the weekends in August. Sundays are still free, to be honest with you, and some people are booking them, and Fridays are becoming quite busy. September is notoriously busy anyway, so that is still, there still are a few dates in every month, but August and September are looking pretty heavy.
Pretty jammed.
We're all excited to be welcoming a lot of autumn weddings, which is it does happen, but it's on the rare.
The volume, I know. I'm exactly the same. My weddings are much more at the back end of the year. thankfully. But but it's kind of like you're talking about November weddings and things, which ordinarily haven't ever been a big thing, and it's really lovely to think about that.
No, it's exciting.
Yeah, and then 22, still got lots of dates available for people, or?
Yes, and say we do maximum 3 on a day, but we do have availability for 2022. It's filling up pretty fast, because obviously there are a few people at the earlier end of this year that are considering to just go with the 2022 date, which obviously we'll support and shift everything over, just pick it up and move it.
Make it happen. Exactly. I know these rules I'm finding are quite difficult to keep to with the new shifting of dates. I'm like, okay, a bit closer than I like, but there we go. And with just one last thing, sorry, before I let you go, I would say, well, I know just about every single one of my couples, one of them are either vegetarian or vegan. Okay. And, dietary requirements are just the norm now, right? So how, one thing that I find a lot of my couples find very frustrating is that they go to the caterer and there's one vegetarian option, there's one vegan option, and that's it. They've just got a stuffed pepper or something, So, exactly. So, with Oxford Fine Dining, is this something that you've really embraced and you're kind of doing lots of fun, innovative things, or how does it work with you?
We have a full vegan menu on standalone. So our menus are separated into classic as well as seasonal. Okay. Even the classic and seasonal menus include vegan and vegetarian dishes. Plus a full vegan menu, 3-course. Even our desserts that can be vegan still blow my mind how they can be vegan and taste delicious with no cream, butter, and all the things.
All the yummy bits.
Yes, but the substitutes are incredible, and most people don't even know that they're eating vegan food. So on the day of clients like, no, I want everything vegan, and then you're serving the dishes, and this is delicious, and I thought it's actually vegan.
Exactly.
So it's amazing. I'm blown away by it.
That's so good to hear. That's what we need everyone to be hearing, is it's all possible, it's still going to be delicious and amazing, and you get the incredible customer service with it. So tick 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 tick. Oxford Fine Dining, brilliant.
Absolutely. No need to go anywhere else.
Exactly. Well, once they taste the food, they won't. Brilliant. Okay, well, look, thank you so much for your time today. If people want to find you, you're on Instagram, you've got your website, just need to drop your message and you'll get in touch with them to start talking about their wedding, presumably.
Absolutely. Yeah. Call me.
Brilliant. Call me. Don't forget me.
Please call me.
Going slightly insane out in the fields. Right, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
Speak to you soon.
Take care. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.